Well, we've had another mass shooting and stabbing in this case. This one out in Santa Barbara, California. And we talked about it on the radio this morning, and kudos to you, the best audience in talk radio. We had more calls than we could manage with some tremendous insights into the whole issue of the disturbing number of these mass murders we see in modern-day America, and more in this country than we see anywhere else. And we looked for common threads this morning, and a lot of you agreed with me, not all of you, but a lot of you agreed with me that while it's difficult to sort all of this out, and the reason we want to sort it out is so we can, maybe find some pegs for reversing this trend toward these kind of mass shootings just becoming a part of our life periodically in this country. That's not acceptable. One thing a lot of you agreed with me on, which I think is undeniably true, that we are worse as a nation, as a society, since we decided to ban God from our public school system and to relentlessly chase him from American public life and the public square. A lot of people who might otherwise have a moral compass and a sense of right or wrong, built around the Ten Commandments and built around the teachings of Jesus, have absolutely nothing to anchor their lives. And then we have the pop culture cesspool that I've railed on for years on this program. Increasingly violent video games and movies. And for a lot of people, they're able to separate the fantasy on the screen from the reality of their lives. But for a small percentage of people, they don't. And they're unable to. And they activate based on the violence that they see and act out in a real-world scenario with deadly consequences. Now, I don't know whether we can reverse those trends toward a godless society and an increasingly violent society, but if we could collectively make a commitment to that, I'd have to believe we would see less of the kind of murderous mayhem we've seen tragically once again out in Santa Barbara. That's what I think. What do you think? Join me for the next edition of Buttheading Live right here on News Radio 102.5 WFLA, and I'll look for you then.